to just say welcome to everybody. Lily is not with us today, so you get a swamp womp. I'm Elizabeth Diola. I'm the Chief Program Officer here at the Coalition. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. And on the call with us are several ELC staff members. So as they speak, they will introduce who they are. And let me see if we're going to get right into it today. We're going to do our best to not go over our 2:00 mark. Let's see here. Wendy, I'm going to unmute you. Wendy is our outreach director, and I'm going to turn it over to her. Wendy, you're self-muted. And we're going to get to a couple of things that she has to talk with you about. Let's see. Let me undo.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you are.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Wendy Williams, and I have two announcements for you. One is Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. We are finally going to be launching countywide throughout Marion County. Our goal is by April 1st, so stay tuned for those launch announcements, but we are bringing Dolly Parton's Imagination Library to Marion County. And what that means is families with children birth to 5 years old can register their children to be mailed a free monthly high quality age appropriate book to their children, and the books actually come labeled addressed to the children. That's a free monthly book to every child birth to 5 who registers. So if a child registers is registered as soon as they're born, they could receive 60 free books in their home library. So we will definitely need your assistance with encouraging your families to register their children. And like I said, we will have more information for you on that very soon as we are ready to launch. But we are super excited about bringing Dolly Parton's Imagination Library to Marion County.
I'm hoping
My,
it's showing up on your screen.
yes,
Did everybody see Dolly Parton?
it
Okay.
is on mine, yes.
Okay. Yay.
And the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is our upcoming Early Childhood Forum. Hopefully you've seen a couple of the save the date notices. This is going to be held on Tuesday, April 30th. It'll be from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion Auditorium. And we are very excited to bring keynote speaker Regina Calcaterra. She is an international #1 best-selling author of her memoir, Etched in Sand, which is a true story of how 5 siblings overcame an unspeakable childhood. It goes into foster care, adverse childhood, and how those positive experiences and the people, those small positive moments in early childhood can really help anyone overcome adversity. So this will be a free luncheon event, and you'll have information on getting tickets. We're also doing sponsorship, so you will see some sponsorship packages as well. But what we're asking for your assistance with, this is new this year, is we would like our child care providers to create the centerpieces for this event. And the centerpiece would be themed around your favorite children's book, because we're tying back into that launch of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. And so your center can create a centerpiece with your name on it, and a guest at that table would get a chance to win and take home that centerpiece. So we hope that you will use your creativity to come up with some really fun children's book themed centerpieces, and we'll be sending out sign up forms for those centerpieces with the meeting follow-ups in the newsletter. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Wendy. I see on here that Patricia, our little staff member, Patricia Gill, that she is with our Help Me Grow program, and that she is going to talk with us a little bit about KPL. Let me get over there. There is KPL. Patricia. There you go. Hi, Patricia.
Hello, thank you, Elizabeth. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I am Patricia. I am with the Help Me Grow program, and I also assist with the Kaleidoscope Play and Learn, known as KPL. It is a program that brings families of young children together to learn about child development, how children learn through play, and things that they can do at home with their children to get them ready to start kindergarten. This month, we are actually focusing on the topic of the joy of reading, where we're discussing the importance of reading to your children daily, how to make reading time enjoyable, and ways for parents to involve children to read aloud. So we're definitely providing different resources to them. And our program is available to all families that have children ages birth to 5, and we have sessions every Wednesday at the Parkside Gardens Apartments in their community room, and our sessions are from 10 o'clock to 11:30 in the morning, and we provide snacks for the children as well, and we hope that you can spread the word so we can get more families coming to our program, which is a great program for them to interact with other children and other parents as well.
Let me stop and see if we have any questions. So far, so good. Thank you, Patricia. This KPL, you guys have done an amazing job rolling it out. We've been doing this program since September of last year, and it's only going to grow from here. So if you have families that you know their children may not be in care with you, or you have friends, people in the community, church members, please share this information and let them know this is a resource that's out there outside of the realm of childcare services. Okay, so on the agenda, let me get back to the agenda, is me. We're actually kicking off we have a Dolly Parton Imagination Library call going on simultaneously to this call. So I am going to give you my updates really quickly, and then I'm going to run over to that call, and our awesome team here, Janet, Mary, Melissa, Annie, everybody that's here will continue with your agenda today. Please feel free to ask any questions. Your handouts are in the meeting here. There's only 3 of them this month. My updates are we've gotten a few calls from people asking when the mini grant for furniture application is due, and that hasn't been released yet. So the information I can give you is I'm finalizing, we have to do what's called an RFP, or request for proposal, to the vendors who will provide the furniture to you all once we get through that process. I'm looking at possible of 3 different vendors. I don't know who that will be yet, but they will be, you know, our bigger vendors. When you think of that line item, think along the lines of like Kaplan, Lakeshore, Discount, Becker's, some of those other big pieces that carry furniture for childcare providers. So providers will have the option of going with one of those vendors instead of having to be limited to one. The other piece of that, and something you can start to do now to get ready for this, is part of the application process is going to be that you have to show the need for this furniture. And we did talk about that in the last call just briefly, but basically we'll need pictures, we'll need to see your classrooms, we'll need to see, you know, on the application you'll be able to say, this is why I need this for my classroom, or this is why I need, for example, an outdoor sink on my playground. These are the things that we're lacking, or, you know, showing things that are in disrepair or extremely outdated. Send me a picture of your bucket tables that you want to replace. Those are the tables that you set children inside of. There's not necessarily anything wrong with them. They're not a best practice for early childhood classrooms. So that application should be released relatively soon. You're going to want to watch your email, your constant contact, make sure we're not on your do not call list or blocked email list. So that is coming. The other thing I wanted to share with you is if you had been contemplating or wished that you would have bought a new curriculum, originally I had set the cutoff date for February 29th. However, we do have some funding left. So we've been given the green light to go ahead and move forward with accepting any new applications for purchasing curriculum. So if you were thinking about it and just didn't jump on that when the opportunity came out earlier, well, I want to say probably last November, December-ish, we still do have some funding to reimburse you for the purchase of an approved curriculum, either on the school readiness approved list or the VPK list for those of you that are VPK only providers. Another thing, and I don't have a handout for this, is you all might recall about a year ago now, almost a year ago, April, we started the World Class Workforce Grant. That was a grant that paid your teachers for the education and the longevity of them working with you at your site. We still have some funding left that we can look at for the staff that you have hired since July 1st of 2023. So let me pause and see if there's any. I don't see any questions so far. So I want you to think about it. I'm going to encourage you to think about if you've hired any new staff and they're still with you right now since July 1st of 2023, so this fiscal year that we're in, I would encourage you to log into your WebAuthor account and apply for or work with your teachers, because if they did the health and safety trainings, if they did any of the class trainings online or anything like that, they could be eligible for that onboarding, that new hire bonus money. We do still have some funding left. It's not a ton of funding, and it's only eligible for those that never received it when we first rolled it out, but we do have some funding left. So you guys, I'm not seeing any questions, so email link not working. Okay. I guess I would need to, which email link is that? Let's see. All good. Okay, she said all good. Thank you. Okay, so that is it for me for this time frame right now. I know that we have Janet is on. Let me see if I can give her over the reins here. And of course, you know, anything that I just said, if you have questions, please post your questions. We'll definitely answer them later and get those answers out to you. Let me see here. All right, Miss Janet, I'm sending it over to you.
Okay, I have unmuted myself. Can everyone hear me? Okay.
And you may have to share your screen too.
Okay, let me try to pull the agenda up. Y'all bear with me a moment.
I did it. You guys probably have the agenda pulled up. I did it just through the handouts link there.
Okay.
So you all can follow along, and I know that we have more on the agenda.
Packet, there we go. Share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
I see a blue screen.
You see a blue screen. Hey.
At least it's
And
blue.
if
It's
not
pretty.
yet- Okay, so let me.
There
What
you
about
go.
now?
Yep,
All right.
got
Ta-da.
it.
All right.
And with that, I am going to
Okay.
sign off, everybody. You guys have a great afternoon.
Okay. All right. So guys, as we move on, I'm going to check and see if we have any partners on for any partner updates. Look through the attendees. Please raise your hand, let me know, and I will unmute you. I'm looking here. Okay. All righty. Well, I don't see anyone with their hand raised. Um, we're going to continue with our agenda. We're going to go to me with VPK updates. And let me scroll down. Sorry if I'm going too fast, guys. Okay. So before I get started with progress monitoring, I do want to make an announcement regarding VPK enrollments. Only contracted providers with a certified VPK statewide contract and VPK app can enroll VPK students. Those are the providers that can accept enrollments, that can accept COEs. If you are a school readiness provider or you are just a CCRNR provider who is not contracted for VPK, please do not charge a fee for enrolling students in your own version of the VPK program. That is not allowed, okay? Please remember that VPK is a free, federally funded program for parents and students, okay? Alrighty. Any questions? I'm gonna check and see. Questions. Okay, no questions. Alrighty. So as we move on with continuing with VPK updates, um, progress monitoring 3 has started for many of our providers. Please, providers, make sure that you are providing these assessments during VPK instructional hours. You cannot provide the VPK progress monitoring test outside of your VPK instructional hours. That will get you a non-compliance, okay? Also, it's important to make sure that the VPK assessments are completed for all VPK students enrolled. If you have a late enrollment, again, we've said this countless times, remember that student still needs to be assessed, okay? Any students that are on your roster that you know you have terminated their enrollment, you've completed that withdrawal form. If you don't see that that student has been removed from that roster in the provider portal or in your Renaissance um, roster, you need to contact the Family Services Department, please, to let them know that you need assistance with withdrawing that VPK student. Okay, any questions there? Okay, nope. Let me see, check. I don't see any questions. Okay, I'm going to keep on moving on. Um, so, summer VPK. If there are any providers that are interested in providing summer VPK, please send an email to quality@elc-marion.org to let us know. We will assist you with updating your VPK application. That's the VPK app, so that we can get your VPK summer classroom up and going, okay? Also with summer VPK progress monitoring, all progress monitoring 1, 2, and 3 have to be conducted for summer VPK. Currently, we do have 4 providers who are going to provide summer VPK to our students, so that is a good thing for us. Please note that, again, all progress monitoring periods must be completed. PM1 is the first 10 instructional days. PM2 is the same, is at where at least 40%, no more than 60% have been completed. Melissa says someone has a question. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I answer those questions. Melissa, I can't see it in Teams. I'm sorry. I will get to that question right after this. PM3 is the last 10 instructional days. Okay. So moving on with VPK. Orientation for VPK is as follows: Tuesday, April 2nd in the morning, 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. To Thursday, April 4th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday, April 9th from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and Thursday, April 11th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Providers, VPK providers, please make sure you are registered for VPK orientation. Without and completed orientation, we cannot move forward with a contract for you guys, okay? I'm going to put the link to register for orientation in the chat for you guys. Let me do that right now. Okay, it should go. Okay. If it doesn't, let me try it this way. Okay. Okay. And that link, that's going to be to our ELC website, okay? It's very important that you guys make sure that you are registered for VPK orientation. Moving on with VPK, the applications for VPK have been initiated for our providers who have completed their provider profile and have specified that they want to offer VPK. Please note that your VPK applications are due by April 14th. I highly encourage providers that if you have submitted your VPK application, go back and just check to make sure all documentation is current, is up to date. Go back and check your attendance policy. Look at those documents to make sure everything is complete and in order, okay? We want to avoid a lot of rejected applications this time with our providers, because it does, a lot of back and forth does cause a lot of friction with getting the app completed on time and certified, so your contract can be initiated and certified on time as well. With the VPK app, it's very important to know that the app is not your contract. So the app and the contract are two different two different contracts, two different applications. So the app is an application by itself. That's where you're going to house all of your teachers, the documents, your directors, and then the contract is the actual contract itself. That's saying that you are contracted with ELC for the 24-25 VPK program. Are there any questions related to the VPK application or any VPK contracts? Melissa, can you check that for me? Okay. I'm looking, I'm not seeing anything. I just looked myself, I'm not seeing it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to continue on now, moving on with school readiness updates. So with your school readiness updates, I want to thank all of our providers who have completed their 24-25 provider profiles. Right now we're at 131 profiles complete, so thank you all. Providers who have not completed it, please do so as quickly as possible. We've been sending out constant contact emails, personal email reminders to you, our CCR and our providers. Even if you don't want a contract, but you want your profile to be on that listing, we need you guys to update your 24-25 profile. If by chance you feel like, hey, I don't want to update my profile at this time, please send an email to quality@elc-marion.org to let us know that you don't want to update your profile, and we will make a note of that. Okay. Orientation for school readiness, the makeup date is going to be on April 16th. that is going to be virtually for only our providers who missed orientation. And right now we have about 6 providers who were not able to make it. So any of our out-of-county providers that were unable to make it during our 4 meetings, we're going to have that makeup meeting on April 16th. It is going to be in the morning from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. A link via Constant Contact will go out to all of those providers that missed orientation. And speaking of orientation, it is very important to know if you do not attend orientation, you cannot have a 24-25 school readiness contract. Orientation is a requirement, okay? Any questions related to orientation? Okay, I'm checking, not seeing. I'm going to try to move along. All
Janet,
right,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. If
Okay,
I'm going too fast, you guys let me know.
no, we have 2 questions about the link for the orientation. There's one person that wanted the link to be emailed to be able to sign in, and then there's another one that is saying that if there is no link to sign up, I assume that the orientations is full.
No. So there is a link to sign up. When you go to elc-marion.org, that's where you're going to sign up to the link. I'm going to try to put it in the chat again, if I can do it. You guys bear with me 1 second. Okay. And there are several dates there for you guys to choose from. So there's the link to VPK orientation. As I said, with school readiness orientation, it's just going to go for those providers that missed those meetings, okay? If by chance you do see that the link, the orientation dates are full, please give me a call or send us an email. Also, if you know that you're going to bring a guest to orientation, don't sign up twice because you are blocking another provider from signing up, okay? So if you bring someone with you, that's fine, but don't sign up twice, please. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. Continuing with school readiness, we're going to start initiating the 24-25 VPK, not VPK, sorry, school readiness contracts. We're hoping to get those contracts started in the middle of April. Again, if you've attended orientation, if you have a completed profile, I will initiate your contract for you. Okay. Please know that it is your responsibility to sign that contract, fill it out correctly. Make sure you're putting your holiday schedules in there correctly. Also, with child assessment, if you're not conducting child assessment, that's going to be a no for you. If you want to do child assessment, you're going to reach out to Ms. Howard and you're going to contact her to let her know that you would like to conduct child assessment for the 24-25 school readiness program year. Okay, pause that, pause that. Okay, as I move along with school readiness, your closure calendar, providers, please be mindful of the days you are choosing on your closure calendar. These days should be reflected on your calendar in blue. So the days that you put there are going to be marked blue. If you wait until it's time for your attendance to update that, that's going to put a stall in you submitting your attendance on time, and your attendance can be rejected, okay? Emergency closures, again, I know many of you came to orientation, we went over this. Emergency temporary closures are not to be listed on your closure calendar, okay? Any questions related to the closure calendar? Okay, I'm not
No
seeing any.
questions so far.
All right, thank you, Lily. I mean,
I
I'm
know.
missing Lily.
We are used to her to be the one
Well,
who
I'm
said
I'm used to Lily driving the show,
yeah.
guys. Um, okay, now with attendance documentation. This is directly from your contract, guys. When you sign your contract, you're agreeing to document daily attendance and submit monthly attendance reports for payments. You are agreeing to submit all required attendance records to the coalition on or before the third business day of each month. If the due date falls on a holiday, you are agreeing to submit all required attendance records to the coalition on the preceding business day. Records submitted late will be processed and paid in the next open payment cycle. So again, this goes in with that closure calendar. Also, make sure that everything is correct and updated correctly prior to you having to submit that attendance, okay? Make sure you're keeping up to date with your holiday schedule. Again, if you know you want to change that, notify us ahead of time, please, at least 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time to give us time to get that amendment completed for you because changes in holiday schedule do cause a contract amendment. If there's any changes that you need to make to the holiday schedule, email quality@elc-marion.org. I think that you guys are seeing my other, sorry. Oh, where are you? Okay, give me a moment. My screen is blue again. Sorry, guys. Handouts. There we go. Okay, I'm back in action. You could tell that we're missing Lily today. Okay, so I'm going to move it on to Mary. I'm going to mute myself, unmute Mary. She's going to give you some tips for you guys to follow. These are gonna mute.
Hello, everybody. This is Mary with Provider Relations. And on page 7 of your provider packet, there is a print screen there that shows you how to get to our YouTube channel that is on the ELCMC's website. When you click on that little red box where the red arrow is pointing to on the next screen, you're going to see some words. You want to click on videos. When you click on videos, you're going to have a whole array of all the provider meetings we've had in the past. There's lots of health and safety videos there, but especially there are SR and VPK enrollment processes right on the videos to help you with those things. And of course, there's Susan's Crafts and more. Again, your ELCMC website is your home for many resources. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, as Mary's finished up, we're going to go ahead on to Miss Melissa, your Quality Assessment Manager. She's going to discuss class with you. Good.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can
Thank
hear you,
you.
Melissa.
Thank you. Janet, just to keep it in mind, Miss Francine is in the meeting, and she is asking if she's able to talk later about her CPR. Okay.
Yes, so what we will do, Miss Francine,
Mhm.
as soon as Miss Melissa finishes up, we will unmute you for you to make that announcement, okay?
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So everybody, we are heading soon to some of the providers and public schools that are going to be having summer VPK. So here you can see how the VPK observations are going to be conducted for the summer. For the summer, the VPK programs we can start observing after 5 days of it that the VPK started already. And it's very similar. It's the same as the regular VPK. that we need to conduct it during the VPK instructional time, that we will observe the outside time, meals, and any specials that will be occurring during the instructional hours. Do you guys have to have a minimum score of 4.00 for the summer VPK? And that score for the summer VPK is apart, is not going to be connected with the regular school year VPK. So if you scored a 4 for summer and you score below 4 for regular school year, you won't be able to do the regular school year, but you're still able to do summer, and vice versa. If you score lower in your summer, you can conduct the school year VPK, but you cannot do the summer next fiscal year. If you have any question, just let me know. I know that's a little confusing, but for VPK, summer is the same rules and the same things that we've been doing so far with regular VPK. Something that I wanted to address with VPK, please, 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 and this is something that we keep reminding. If you're giving snacks, if you're giving lunch, during that time, have conversation with your children. Ask them questions about what they're eating, or just keep going with the lesson. I've been seeing that some providers are just getting lower the scores because during those times they are not interacting with the kids. They're just giving them what they need to eat, and there's not that communication, and that really will impact your score. And that goes with this with the VPK providers, also with the SRs. When you are doing those type of things with the children, there's so many things that you can be talking and asking to them. So please, please put that in your teacher's mind so they don't forget about it, because that will affect really bad your scores. And then if is there any question about the VPK? No, I don't see any. So now we're moving
I don't
on.
see any.
Thank you. We are
Yeah.
moving on with the QPA registration now. A lot of you, thank you, because you completed already your registration to the ones that we email. And I really appreciate that you guys were moving pretty fast. But now during the next month of April, I will start sending the registration reminders to those providers that are going to be observed during the next couple of months. So please try to complete the registration by the due date that is going to be on your email. And if you have any questions or you have any problems completing the registration, feel free to contact me and I will be able to help you go through it with the registration. And then for teacher changes, even in QPS and in VPK app, please contact the quality assessment department prior changing teachers, because we need to know that information, so that way when we go to the classroom we don't have an issue that we have one teacher in the system and there's another one in the classrooms. Those changes needs to be completed even all the day before you're going to put that teacher in there, or that same day, so that way we have all the time an updated system when we go and we have the same teachers in the system that you have in your classroom. I always tell the providers, your QPS is a reflection of how your school is looking at this moment with the classroom that you have and the teachers that you have. And for VPK is the same. You need to have exactly the leads that you have, exactly the aides and the subs, because that's, and for VPK it's a little more because you will be out of compliance if you have a teacher that is not in there, that is not in the system in your classroom. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to give some time if there's any question, and so far that's it for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melissa. I just want to know, not only with VPK should you contact Melissa's department, you should also contact the Provider
Mhm.
Relations Department, as we are the ones, Mary and myself, handles your VPK app. When you make a change to the app, we don't necessarily see it right away. You have to send us an email to let us know, okay? If your app is in submitted status or rejected status, that change is not going to be reflected into the next system that tells Melissa what teachers need to be observed. Okay. Melissa, I'm not seeing any questions. I'm going to look for Miss Francine really quickly um, to announce her.
I can unmute her for you. Did you find her?
I found her. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead.
Well, it's not letting me. Go ahead. You unmute her. It's not letting me do it. Melissa, unmute her. It won't let me do it.
I'm trying to unmute her too. Let me see. She's self-muted. She needs to unmute herself. Miss Francine, can you please unmute yourself? No, it's not letting. Okay, there you go. Wait. There you go, Miss Francine. You can speak now. I unmute her. Janet, I cannot hear you.
Miss Francine, we can't quite hear you. You are unmuted, but we can't hear you. For the
Yeah.
sake of time, what we're going to do is
Mhm.
um, we're going to just move forward and try this again towards the end. Um, okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so we'll try to let Miss Francine speak about her CPR classes that she has towards the end. And now I'm going to give it over to Miss Michaela Powell with your compliance corner. Michaela, I'm getting ready to unmute you. If you are self-muted, then you can unmute yourself, Michaela. Let's see if I can get there. Okay.
Michaela,
Hello,
you're on mute. There you go.
hello everyone. My name is Michaela. I am your compliance director. Today I'm going to speak a little on the child attendance and provider reimbursements in reference to the extraordinary circumstances. I will be speaking from Rule 6M-4.500. It states that reimbursement shall be authorized for no more than 3 absences per calendar month per child, except in the event of extraordinary circumstances, in which case the coalition or its designee shall document approval for payment based on written documentation provided by the parent justifying the excessive absence for an additional 10 days. Extraordinary absences does not include vacation or recreational time. So we have been experiencing some issues with that, or some questions as far as providers. So some examples of extraordinary circumstances include, but are not limited to, hospitalization of the child or parent with appropriate documentation, doctor's note, hospital admission, illness requiring home stay as documented. Again, that will be a doctor's note, a parent statement, death in the immediate family with appropriate documentation, a parent statement, obituary. Those will be some examples. Court-ordered visitation with appropriate documentation. We would need the court order, unforeseen documented military deployment or exercise of the parent. So that would be like any military orders or deployment. Any doctor's appointments or other health-related appointments, therapy or routine, we would need documentation of that. The total monthly reimbursed absences shall not exceed 13 calendar days per month. Do we have any questions on that?
I'm not seeing any questions right now.
Okay, and also the coalition would like to give a huge thank you to the providers who allowed the coalition staff to take the tour of your facilities and homes. The staff really enjoyed the tours, and we just wanted to extend our thank you for your time and letting us come out and tour your facilities.
Okay. Thank you,
There's
Ms.
one
McKinney.
question, Janet,
You see
for
it?
Michaela. Yeah. Is this applicable to VPK or a school readiness?
Well, I can't see.
This is for school readiness, the VPK. I'm not sure which provider asked, but I can send you the information with that as well.
Melissa, do you see any other questions?
Just Miss Jessica saying thank you for coming. We enjoyed your visit.
Okay.
And there's one that says, can you give a little more information on what you're referring? Okay, that's for the same one. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Michaela. Okay, so we're going to move forward with professional development. Let me move down here. So you know you have professional development opportunities. Ms. Howard is a great trainer. She's always making sure that she lists these opportunities for you guys. Language of class. The next virtual class will be Wednesday, April 10th, and then Thursday, June 20th, or Thursday, August 1st from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. I will make sure that this gets sent out in our professional development newsletter so you guys can have that link there, okay? And here is more information for you. So you are encouraged to download these packets, print them out, because they do have great resources for you. Also with professional development, we have the 35th Annual Early Childhood Conference coming April 6th from 7:15 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you have not registered or don't know how to register, send us an email. There is a link as well. I'm seeing if Lily left us a link for you guys to register. And if not, what we will do is make sure that we include that link in the professional development newsletter. If you're having trouble accessing or clicking on that link, you can email us and we'll get that link over to you so that you can register for the conference, okay? Okay. Any questions? Okay. Moving on, we have Tartler Class Observer Training for directors. That is at the ELC office Wednesday, May 22nd and Thursday, May 23rd from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is a 2-day training, so if you would like to complete that training, you are encouraged to do so. We will also have that link for you to register as well in the provider in the professional development newsletter, okay? And then Lily has this great opportunity for our providers to support child nutrition. Here, I'm going to put this link into the chat for you guys. It's great resources for you and your center and your teachers to promote early childhood nutrition and childhood nutrition. Let me see if I can get that in the chat. Okay, there we go. So here's a ton of good resources for you. I'm going to try to pull up this right here. Oh, I put the wrong one in there. You guys, please forgive me. I put the reflection in there, not the nutrition one. I'm going to get it on the screen right now. Okay. So this is the Institute of Child Nutrition. Here is a lot of good resources for you. You can come to this website. I'm going to put this website in this link in the chat. And then there's another link for you guys to take some courses and find out more information. So if it will let me. And thank you guys for bearing with me. We're so used to Lily running this this show and getting everything together for us. But there's a lot of good virtual trainings for you guys to take on child nutrition. You can use this, click this link here, and just look through the courses that you want to take. Like, you have a picky eater. There's a webinar for that you and your teachers could take to possibly help children and parents at your center, okay? And then the last thing, I'm going to go back to here. Let me go back. Go down just a little bit. I'm not sure if Lily included this last part in the packet. No. So we just found out more about this yesterday during a meeting, program and child assessment reflection. We're going to send information on this out in a standalone constant contact. So if you've had the opportunity to go ahead and reflect on the results from your school readiness or VPK class assessment, or even the VPK child assessment, the FAST program assessment, what DEL is doing right now, they're offering opportunities for educators to gather and reflect and ask questions and to discuss, and share like what things that you have done that have made it successful for you, or what concerns that you may have. It's a virtual reflection platform. That's that link I put in earlier, but I'm going to put it in again just in case. And you can register for these virtual reflections. If you have any questions or any success stories to share on how you and your teachers got high class scores for VPK or SR, or what you're doing to promote early literacy, early math, skills and social skills that have your children reaching a higher program assessment progress assessment score with VPK FAST. So a few of the sessions have already passed. There's another session coming up on March 25th. That's going to be from 3 to 4. And then again, March 28th from 3 to 4. April 8th is from 12 to 1. April 9th is from 10 to 11. The April 11th is from 12:30 to 1:30. April 16th, you have 2 sessions there. One is from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and the other is from 12 to 1. And then we have April 23rd, which is from 10 to 11 a.m. April 25th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. and then April 30th from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. We will get with our Community Relations Director, Ms. Wendy, to get this sent out in a constant contact to our SR and VPK providers in a standalone for you guys, okay? Are there any questions related to the program and child assessment reflections? Okay.
I don't see any questions in here,
Okay.
Janet.
Okay, so Miss Francine,
Francine.
now that
Mhm.
we're towards the end, we are towards the end of it. We have 5 minutes remaining. Miss Francine, I can try to get you unmuted
I
again.
did already.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, you unmuted
Can
her.
you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you, Miss
Hello?
Francine. Yay. Okay.
All right, I had to get on the phone. I don't know what's wrong with this technology. But anyway, thank you all for having me. I wanted to just let the providers know that I am a certified CPR instructor with my own company, and I know that each entity have their dates when they have CPR trainings, but if they do not have it, I'm available. I don't have any children right now, so if somebody needs CPR, please don't let it expire. There's plenty of us out here that can do CPR. But my phone number, if they don't mind, is 727-410-5873. Ms. Janet, if they could put that in there for me, please. And I'm Francine, and I'm available to do those things
Okay.
pretty much at all times. And it's
Okay.
cheaper. I give the certificates out, which is approved by DCF all over Florida. So it's a little cheaper than the cards, but it allowed me to even go into some things here in Florida since we are here when we are having different storms and stuff that they don't do with the regular CPR. Some of you have already been trained by me, so if they don't mind, I'm available. And thank you
Okay.
all so much.
Okay, I'm going to put Miss Francine's contact information in the chat as
Mhm.
she has given us permission to do so.
Janet, I just put it in.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
We're a well-oiled machine.
Janet,
Okay.
I
Yes, ma'am.
have a provider that is asking for VPK orientation. I don't know if it's about the dates that are going to be available or is that they need the link.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the link in again. It's already in here. I'm gonna just copy.
Janet, may I give a tip?
Yes, you can give a tip, Miss Mary.
All providers interested in the VPK orientations, go to the ELCMC website. In the big red bar, hover on the word provider and then click on provider resources. When you click on provider resources, that will get you to the links to sign up for the orientations.
Okay, see, I just did what Miss Mary
Mhm.
just said. Provider went to provider resources. It's giving us the VPK orientation. You're gonna click on the link of the date that you want to come. So I'm clicking on April 2nd. Here, then it says sign up, and then you're gonna put all your information in there, okay? The first session is to let you know it starts in 2 weeks. So the first session is going to start in 2 weeks. So if you want to register for VPK, as Ms. Mary said, go to the ELCMC website, click on provider, click on resources. Provider, click on resources. We're going to find VPK. Oh, that gave me the wrong one. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. How did I get here? Okay. Well, I'm here. I'm not as crafty as Lily. I wish I was. But we're here. Okay. So you're going to find it here on the ELC website. You will see providers VPK orientation, and it's going to list these 4 dates right here for you. If by chance you know that if by chance you see that hey, I can't make it in the morning, you do have the ability to come at night. And that's why we decided to host some at night for our providers that who are our directors who are also the teacher as well, because we know that lead teacher has to be in that classroom. We know the director has to be in that classroom. So you can come from 6 to 8 after those VPK instructional hours, okay? All right. So it is now 2 o'clock. Do we have any other questions before we go?
Um, I'm looking and I don't, no, there's no more
Okay.
questions.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put this link in again. I'm gonna copy this link one more time, put it in before we go. And this last link is gonna be the one to take you right to the VPK orientation. Okay. And that's elc-marion.org/providers. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to try to stop the recording. Um, oh no. Okay.